Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at one of the spaceships that was released in the Power of the Force action figure line from the 1990s. And this is probably my favorite one. Basically, this is Boba Fett's Slave One spaceship. And I believe this was probably the first of the ships that I actually bought for my collection. But I kept the box, and I can show you what that looks like. Basically, they show you a picture of the spaceship. Also says Han Solo and Carbonite accessory. Also mentions this Topps wide vision card, and I'll show you that because I saved that as well. Same image on the side, and then on the back, it shows you some of the features and how you can actually hold this and control how these wings sort of maneuver. Also shows some of the accessories as to the Han Solo and Carbonite block, which comes with this. Also pictured on the back are some of the other figures that were available in the line at the time. Some of the deluxe figures are pictured here, and also some of the basic figures are pictured here. And you can see the date on this is 1996. Also gives you a write-up on Boba Fett's ship. Basically, this is a Firespray class ship, and it also includes some blueprints inside, which I saved as well. So I'll show you those a little bit later in the video. So very cool ship, very exciting to still have the box in my collection. I often didn't really keep the boxes of these ships just because they take up a lot of space. But this is one of the ones I saved. Again, this is sort of probably my favorite of the ships that I have, basically because Boba Fett is one of my favorite characters in the entire Star Wars trilogy. So, but let's take a look at the ship itself and some of the paperwork that came with this. So stay tuned. Okay, so here we have the spaceship itself, and I'm going to show you some of the other things that came with this. It came with a lot of stickers that you had to apply, and I saved the sticker sheet. You can see how much sticker application was necessary to actually, put this thing together. So, yeah, that was very time consuming. I remember, spending quite a bit of time putting the stickers on this. Also came with this is this Topps card, which shows a scene from the special edition, basically the scene where Han Solo meets with Jabba the Hutt. And then on the back, you can see some details about the special edition of Star Wars. So, because this was basically being released in 1997, I remember going to the theater to see sort of what the changes had been made. Some of them were good changes, some of them were bad. That's a debatable kind of thing. But it was exciting to see the movies in the theater again, because it had been quite a while since I had seen the original trilogy in the movie theater. So, interesting experience. And it also came with this catalog of some of the other stuff that was available from Kenner, which was owned by Hasbro at the time. So, and they had pretty much all kinds of stuff in here, including Tonka, preschool, all kinds of stuff. But it shows some of the stuff that was available in the action figure line too. So you got like little pictures of, various vehicles, the deluxe figures. There you can see the spaceship and some of the other action figure lines that they had available, like Gargoyles, Batman. So very cool kind of little catalog. And then here it shows the label application instruction sheet. So again, that took quite a while to actually put the various stickers in place on this. But at least they gave you a guide to sort of help you put them in the correct positions. Also shows you assembly of various things, including the ramp. And then on the back shows you how to put the action figure inside of the vehicle, and also some of the other features. So that's kind of cool and helpful to a parent who might be confused about what to do. They can sort of help their kid figure it out. Also includes this sort of blueprint thing, which shows what the Slave One looks like on a blueprint, and also gives you some details about it. And then on the back, sort of an advertisement for some other Star Wars collectibles. So cool stuff. And then, of course, the ship itself is just very spectacular. It's more or less based on the vintage Slave One spaceship, but they did a lot more in terms of the paint decoration and also the stickers and so forth. I did make one modification to this after I got it, because this part up here was not painted. So I went ahead and painted that to sort of try and match it to the color of the rest of the vehicle, because this is more or less the way it appears in the photo on the packaging. But when I opened it up, I noticed this particular area inside the bubble was not painted. So I went ahead and made that change just so that it would be more accurate to the way it appears in the photograph. And as you can see inside of there, I have my Boba Fett action figure. And the one I have in here is actually from the Shadows of the Empire 2-pack that came with IG-88, because he has the green gauntlets. This is the way he appeared in The Empire Strikes Back. That's the preferred action figure that I have inside of this, because basically the spaceship only appears in The Empire Strikes Back. It does not appear in Return of the Jedi. So it made sense to have that particular version of Boba Fett in there. And as you can see, when you turn it upward, there's a little weight that allows these wings to change position based on the position of the spaceship. So when you have it like this, they flatten out like that, and then when you raise it up, they flip out. So that's a very cool feature. And on the back, you can see some more of the detail. And it includes this handle. So basically, you know, a child can kind of hold onto it and sort of guide it through the air as it's flying. So that's kind of a nice feature too. Good play value on that. And I believe that was a feature of the original vintage version as well. So lots and lots of detail in terms of the painting, stickers, and everything. So, you know, very cool. And also these gun turrets also rotate, so you can see that. So that's very nice. So let's take a look at some of the other features of this. As you can see, there's a compartment here where you can actually remove the side of the spaceship to reveal the inside. So it's kind of dark in there, but basically this has a compartment for Boba Fett to sort of raise into position in the cockpit. And also the ramp here can be deployed outward too. So you just sort of like slide that out like that. Also included with this ship was the carbonite block. And it's a little on the small side. So usually I do keep this with the ship, but for the most part, if you really want a legitimate carbonite block to go with the ship, I recommend getting the one that comes with the action figure, because as you can see, it's much larger and actually comes with a Han Solo figure clipped into the back of it. So this is much preferable in terms of the one that actually comes with the ship. So yeah, I basically have the action figure version as the preferred version to go with this. And so in terms of getting Boba Fett out of there, basically there's a lever right here on the side, which you can sort of push on, and that actually lowers him down into position. So you can see he's sort of clipped in there, and then you can just sort of like take him in and out. It should be noted that this design of this holding thing was more or less designed with the original vintage Boba Fett in mind. So and this one has a little bit of difficulty holding in there because the clip is a little bit too narrow. So you kind of have to squeeze the legs together on the action figure to make him fit in there. Also, when you have him in the cockpit, generally speaking, I think you have to remove his backpack. Otherwise, it's going to sort of interfere with his ability to look correct in the cockpit. So, and this one did come with a backpack, as you can see. So I basically just remove the backpack when I have him in position in the spaceship. So this figure also came with a weapon, and I've reviewed this in a previous video where I went over the Shadows of the Empire line of toys. So, and again, I like this version because this is how he appears in The Empire Strikes Back in terms of the coloration of his various uniform parts. So he doesn't have the red gauntlets like they appear in Return of the Jedi. As I mentioned, the ship does not appear in Return of the Jedi, so it makes sense to do sort of an Empire Strikes Back centric look in terms of how you present this spaceship. It should be noted that this ship also shows up in The Mandalorian Season 2 because Boba Fett shows up as a character in that series. And it will also be appearing in the Book of Boba Fett TV series, which will be streaming on Disney+. So that's very exciting. Very much looking forward to seeing the ship and Boba Fett back in action. In live action. So that's going to be pretty exciting. So I'll definitely be tuning in week after week for that series. That's pretty much all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos about Power of the Force action figures, vehicles, and play sets, and creatures, think about subscribing to the channel because I will be covering everything that I have in my collection from this series of action figures from the 1990s. Until next time, I hope you're having a great day, and may the Force be with you. Thanks for watching.